All right, welcome in hour two. Let's switch topics here to a little Jayden Reed conversation, if that's good with you boys. Someone else put another statistic out here, and there's people that jump in, of course, when you throw it up on Twitter, and they say he's not Sterling Sharp. Nobody's saying he is. We're just drawing a few comparisons here statistically. Everybody, calm down. Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's at PFHOFAMBA something. Go give him a follow. You type that in. I promise you'll find this guy. All right? He said Jayden Reed at Packers wide receiver had a team-leading 857 yards this season. Reed has led the Packers in receiving yards in each of his first two seasons in the NFL, the first to do so with the team since Sterling Sharp in 88 and 89.
Here's a guy.
I'm not saying that he's Sterling Sharp. They're obviously built way different. But when you do something like that the first 2 years in the league, and you even took a step forward, people are saying he took a step backwards this year, and it's just not true. Like, he improved in every statistical category other than touchdowns, where he had 2 fewer. He had like 20 fewer targets, or maybe it was 40 fewer targets. And yes, his drop rate went up a touch. Now, the big question was like, why did we take him out of the game plan down the stretch? I think it was probably a combination of that injury set him back a little bit. Maybe he wasn't 100%, but also teams are keying in on it. You think teams don't know this, guys? Like, They know this is the go-to guy in the Packers offense, right?
Yep. And we were leaning into the run too, even more so as the year progressed too. That could explain, lack of targets in the pass game and stuff.
Definitely.
It just didn't, it wasn't the same after the F it Reed's down there somewhere play. Not nothing against Reed. It just, you know what I mean? It was just like, it just wasn't, the game plan didn't work out that way. Matt, I'm sure, always tries to get him involved, always looking to get a couple touches here, a couple touches there. And maybe they just had our number. It could have been on everybody. So yeah, the fact that, that's why this stat right here is why Clayton did the thing in hour one. The test before was going through that. It's like, dude, we would have lost literally a third of our production on offense if he wasn't on this team. So,
and you know what people be saying? Matt LaFleur's a bum. Jordan Love's a bum. Right? AFAM's saying it anyway, don't get me wrong. But AFAM thinks Jesus was a bum. You know what I mean? He said, if Jesus came back today, AFAM would be like, why's your hair so long? AFAM in the chat does say.
AFAM would say, you're not Malik Willis.
Right.
Exactly. I bet you can't throw like Malik Willis. That's what he said. AFAM says, we put too many miles on Jayden Reed with our motion and orbit motion. Listen, AFAM, I'm with you. Have you guys ever thought about that?
No,
the guy that's always the F that's running these motions and these zippers and what we get made fun of for saying yo Emilio, as the ladies make fun of. That stuff, man, you're talking about an extra 15, 20 yards running every play that you're motioning.
Easy.
Yeah.
So 857 yards really is like 1,200 yards this year for
probably way more than that, right?
Even more,
the field is 53 yards wide. I mean, the dude's running from one numbers to the other numbers. That's 30 plus yards easy.
Yep.
Crazy.
Yeah. And if I did that, I would look like this guy all cut up, and the doctor wouldn't have looked at me today and said, "You're probably going to be dead before you're 60. You don't change something here." You know what I mean? So that's the reality of that situation. I think AFAM was trying to take a dig at the coaching staff, but what I'm pointing out is, can we tip our cap to Jayden? That's not an easy thing to do,
Yep.
And it was Christian his rookie year, if you'll remember. So not only has Jayden kind of went out there and been our best receiver statistically, he also was able to free up Christian to do more of the deep route stuff, right? On some of the shot plays and some of the deep digs. And I love that play that they run where it's 12 personnel, play action, and it looks like 2 skinny posts, and it's a choice route is actually what it is. And Matt said, I think it was the year before last, it was Aaron's last year. He said what they called that route, but it's essentially a choice route where you run, those 2 receivers run, and Christian is the go-to guy. He's typically on the left side of the offense, and he'll run a skinny post as hard as he can, chop it down. When he gets to a certain breaking point, like 15 to 18 yards, if the safety flips his hips, chop it down and run a deep curl. If the safety doesn't flip his hips, run right by his ass. And the quarterback is literally just looking at the safety going, is he stopping or not? Heave it deep or hit that timing route underneath. Those are the things that you can utilize Christian Watson for when he does come back, probably after week 12 next year. Still depresses me to even say that out loud. And It's amazing how some people think he's not a good player, but the second he starts, like, we need a receiver. Christian ain't going to be here for 12. I thought he sucked. What are we talking about? I thought he was a bum. I thought he was fragile. Now all of a sudden we're missing him, right? Don't know what you got till it's gone. But that's something that definitely comes into play. But like Tim was saying too here, you get Jayden Higgins, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, get the right Higgins. Go to the draft.
I love draft season because every year there's a handful of players that we find ourselves going, yep, we keep talking about that dude. I think that might be the guy that it's almost like our PTA favorites, right?
Yep.
It's a lot of fun. So anyway, Jayden Reed there. We got the Reese Senior Bowl coming up here soon, and check this out. I thought this was really cool. So it was announced, and I'm sure it's been announced for a while, but the coaches for the two teams, okay? The American linebackers edge, okay, is going to be Wendell Davis, linebacker coach. I thought this was cool. So this is a Green Bay Packer coach from Matt LaFleur's staff that's going to be there. This is really cool, man. This is really cool that you're going to have a coach in-house, being able to see these guys firsthand. And I'm not sure exactly how they pick them, but keep an eye on the coaching staffs and how many Packers coaches may or may not be there. And then, of course, you're going to have the scouts there interviewing players. It's going to be a fun week, boys, coming up as we get the East-West Shrine game and then obviously the Senior Bowl. Pretty cool stuff here, though, right?
Yeah, it's just another opportunity to get them, eyes on some players and in the coaches' hands-on, and even in general. I mean, it's one thing to just go there, watch the game, and have a couple interviews. You're sitting there coaching the guy, and he's just, it's like, he's not listening, or he's not, not getting it or whatever. I mean, you figure out those little things that you're going to see in practice. You don't want to see him quit. You run through the whistle, all that stuff. So,
Yep. And not to mention, if we draft any of these guys, there's familiarity a little bit when they get to camp or OTAs. So pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. And let's see on the other page, it points out from the Colts, Kalen Humphreys is going to be there, the edge coach, I guess. So you got and it mentions the players here specifically. We won't take the time to read them all off, but I just love their coverage of this. If you will go back to Twitter and just follow Reese Senior Bowl, it's a really good follow for this week coming up, and try to find an East-West Shrine game follow as well. Another one is Dane Brugler. Make sure you're following him on Twitter. He covers this stuff very, very extensively. So, and we're going to be doing a live watch party come next Saturday in the afternoon for the Reese Senior Bowl. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll also be live Thursday before for the East-West Shrine game because we just go live at that time anyway. So we'll be bringing you some updates from that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So there is that. Let's go to the chat real quick. Earlier, Fred McFarley says, DK Metcalf, what he does well, deep routes, we need. What he doesn't do well, in breakers, we won't ask him to do. Hawks looking to unload him. There's been a lot of talk about DK. DK's a dude, I'd be okay with getting him for the right price. I just don't know what that price might be, right? He fits that bill for that dude that can stretch the defense, right? No doubt about it.
For sure. Tell DK he can have all the bags of Skittles he wants, man.
Isn't that wild?
Anything he wants. Let's just get him, the big family-sized bags of Skittles, get him hooked up. That'll be an incentive-laden contract, 10 bags of Skittles for every tutter or something. Yep. Give him a bonus. I mean, it's crazy to see a dude that looks like that playing at this level that literally lives off of candy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What I think of DK, I think of that one, I don't know who it was, maybe a Saints corner. Somebody tried to come across as he ran a slant, and the dude just tried to level him, and DK just stood up the whole time. And the guy's laying on the ground, like trying to catch his breath. I mean, you get just, looking down at him. Dude is a physical freak, and he's not afraid to throw his body around. And if he wants to block, hey, more welcome to the team,
Yeah, absolutely.
And I do remember a specific play. You remember someone was breaking away on a long run, and DK ran it all the way down. That's what it was. It was an interception, and the guy thought he had a pick six, and DK chased him all the way. So sometimes I don't know why, and maybe I'm reading into it wrong. I think some fans look at DK Metcalf like he's not a great team guy, or he's not like that. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you see him fighting on the field a lot, and it's like, this guy isn't a real, team player. I think it's quite the opposite. He's willing to get out there and block. He's willing to get physical. You got to control the temper, but when you're built like that and you're just a big old boy at wide receiver, of course, you got these 5'10" corners chirping at you. You're going to smack them in the mouth occasionally just to put them back in check, right? So,
and winning fixes everything, Clay. You know that.
Oh, it absolutely does. No doubt. J. Cole says, it shocks me how many fans want to trade for Pickens, not taking into account the character aspect of the player. Yeah, Pickens was one of those dudes that specific draft, man, you've seen the talent, but there was just so many different instances where he got into it in college. Like, I think he spit in somebody's face, a coach's face or something at one point. Like, you cannot act surprised. You can be disappointed, but I'm not allowing anyone to act surprised that Pickens has turned into kind of a dirtbag in the league, right? It's just like he's constantly getting into it on the field and just doing stupid things like that. Of course, we'll never forget his draft reaction when he got picked by the Steelers. That was just absolutely hilarious. We need that screen grab again. But yeah, I don't want anybody like Pickens on my football team. I don't know how you guys feel.
No, I think all that character stuff you talked about, it takes away from your athletic ability. You can be the most talented guy in the world, but if you're a buzzkill and you're dragging down the energy on that team, or you're costing your team 15 yards, we already talked about that. We've had some extracurricular crap ourselves with our young football team. I don't think we need to add another player to the mix that's prone to on the field issues like that.
Yeah. Same.
The only thing I would say pushback on both of your points would just be like, it wasn't oh man, I can't even think. Eagles D tackle. He was like, off the field, nobody really wanted him, but on the field.
Jalen Carter?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Jalen Carter. Yeah. So I mean, it's like that could be a give and take if you get yourself in the right system. Do you square up? But maybe, if Tomlin couldn't do it, is it something Matt can shake, can figure out, or is it going to be another problem because we got other wide receivers? But yeah, that would be my only pushback is at some point you might find the right spot, right scenario, and it turns up.
Yeah. And the big thing for me though is the specific position. You want a defensive tackle to be nasty.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Wide receivers, like if you got a guy like that, if they don't harness it, boy, it becomes an issue.
Yeah, and Coach Pickens loves a lot when he's not getting the ball. That's so true too.
Yeah, bingo. And I cannot handle the wide receivers throwing their hands up when something doesn't go right. Like, dude, control your emotions, right? Coach Lynn also said, Love needs a big target like DK to throw to. I'll tell you, as a quarterback, that's got to help. When those coverages are tight and that pass rush is bearing down and things aren't going quite the way you want it to, there's a reason that Mark Chamore was kind of that go-to guy for Favre in those situations. You see that big bastard standing out there, it's like chances are he's going to catch a football, right? Let's just put it in the vicinity here. Let's get it to him and let him make a play. I think there's a lot to that, the National Football League. And I was never a big fan of that kind of mindset until it got beat into my head by Pat Kerwin when he said, when the game's on the line, think player, not play.
Yep.
And I was always like, no, you need to scheme him open. You need to call the right. It's so true, man. It's true at the National Football because the talent is so close, right? Kind of a boring argument or a boring conversation, but it's so true. I agree with Coach what he says here about DK for sure. So, all right, let's see here. Jake Shamink, we doing a mock draft? We might have time to do a quick one. We'll see. We'll see. We're in that range now. We are.
Let's get ready to go.
Let's get to the Patreon group real quick. Get caught up here. Of course, we put the nausea emoji there for our boy Emilio saying I'm not trading Glover. He's logging into Patreon right now to say something smart. I promise you. Let's see here. Mountain Man Pack said, should we be worried about the coaches we brought in for our D-line coach or taking other jobs, including one to the Detroit Lions? I'm not worried about that. I think the reason it's a little bit more difficult for us to hire specific coaches, I'm afraid to look. I'm just not even going to look at the comments.
It's already started.
Is it really? Let's hit it.
Boz, you're the man.
Boz says, Ben Johnson's less creepy version of AFAM.
Get ready to go.
Without the mustache, right? You put that mustache on Ben Johnson, that's a Photoshop.
Long, yeah.
Speaking of Photoshops, man, we've been working overtime for those here lately. I just want you to know we got a new executive order signed by Emilio here. No more rigged Chiefs games, all right? He signed it.
There we go.
Today, so we just smile on that guy. You kidding me?
Done.
Yeah, you missed a spot with the hair dye there, though.
Yeah, you got to hit the tips, man.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Tim said there. He said, what was it you said?
Just the tip, though.
Yeah, right there. So I'm not worried about it. I'll tell you why. Let me get that comment off, or I'm not going to be able to stop laughing here as I'm trying to explain something. You got to think these guys, when they're taking these positional coaching jobs, if you've got multiple options, you're looking at it like, which organization do I have a better chance to advance quicker, right? Let's say you got 3 defensive line or offers on the table. If I'm looking at Green Bay as a potential defensive line coach and I got 2 others that they're losing their DC, okay, Green Bay's not losing their DC. On top of that, Derek Ansley is there, who's got defensive coordinator experience, and he's the passing game coordinator, I believe, if I remember correctly. So you're kind of third in line there, as opposed to if you go to a team like Detroit where they just got completely picked apart, you might just be one step closer to being the DC if things continue to trend in the direction they're going. Does that make sense? Like I think it's more of that than people don't want to go to the Packers because it's the Packers. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Yeah, because I mean, we're trying to bring in another dog, somebody that can bring a little bit more juice, something different, a different idea. But I wouldn't be worried, about them going. I mean, everybody's going to get a chance at an interview. It's only gonna, try to get an idea of where the guy is. If he lands there, okay, we got a feel for him in our interview process. Let's go out there. But when it comes down to it, I mean, how often are we going to be worrying about their D-line coach during the season? You know what I mean? It's not like we're going to be coming back to it and saying, "Hey, man, I can't believe their outside linebackers coach, in the offseason when he did that. I can't believe they signed him." But like after we interviewed him, so I don't. As long as our team performs, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure. All right. Let's move it along here. Our boy Deadfish says on Packers Wire in their Unpacking Future Packers series at number 96 was Joshua Gary, a guard/center prospect from Oregon State. He started 2 years at left tackle and switched to left guard his senior year. He's projected to be a guard in the NFL. He is also supposed to get some reps as a center during the Shrine Bowl practices. He sounds like one of those versatile players the Packers like. His PFF score his senior year was a 72.9, but that is all I could see. If you get a chance, could you show his full PFF page during one of your next shows? I may not be there live, but I'll eventually see it. Appreciate you, Deadfish. Let's see if we can pull that up for him real quick. Let me jump over to PFF. Give me just a second. If you guys would read that name to me one more time.
Joshua Gray, I believe. Gray. I think it's Gray, not Gary.
Gotcha. Joshua Gray. Let me see. Let's go to the big board.
Oregon State.
Yeah. And he's a guard.
Might be listed as a left guard, but like Deadfish is saying, played left tackle. Could probably play either guard position and then obviously center too.
Yeah, I think we got him here. Let me get him back on the screen. Let me get this down. Give me just a second. Let's drop that. Emilio, you got anything on him? I don't know. Well, he's probably stepped away.
He stepped away. He had to wash the car blood.
Yeah. Oh, the car was the alarm went off. Cats tripped it, so I had to go shut it up. Who are we pulling up?
We're doing a Joshua. What'd you say? You said it was Gray.
I believe it's Gray. Yeah, there he is, right there. Yep.
Joshua Gray. If you want to see where he's at on our board right now, he's probably fairly low, I would imagine. Although, if we include his 2022 grade, Emilio, he's probably going to be pretty decent. So here's what we've got. O-line. They got him listed as a guard, but I think he's played snaps multiple positions, it sounds like. So here's what PFF has him. They've got him in the 268 spot right now. 6'4", 310. PFF grade 79.4, 67.6, 72.9. So there's a little bit of consistency there, obviously. He played best in 2022. Let's see where his snaps were in 2022. I'd be eager to see that. 2022, he was a left tackle, so he played his best ball according to PFF at left tackle. 2023 left tackle, and then this year he jumped to left guard. Now they're saying on Packers Wire, if I'm understanding Deadfish correctly, on Packers Wire they're saying that he's got some versatility. He's going to play a little center at the Shrine Bowl, or the Shrine game, East West Shrine game. So
put a V next to his name.
Exactly.
He looks like on our board he would be 20th. Of interior O lineman.
Gotcha. 20th. Hold up, not 20th overall.
No. 20th in our interior lineman pool out of 50.
Where would he be if you were to sort the average now? And I know it's nowhere near finished. Where would he be on the average?
157.
Okay, so the reason I mentioned that or asked that question, PFF's got him 268 on their big board.
Yep.
We've got him much higher, don't we? Much higher.
Yeah, correct. And college consensus has him at 276 when I did it. But what's helping him on ours is PFF of 22.
Bingo.
He was a 29th best in 2022, so that's really helping him on ours.
And he is a redshirt senior, so age is going to come into play there as well, right?
Correct.
So
Yep.
hopefully that answers. Go ahead, Tim.
I was going to say I like taking a look at him and seriously considering, drafting him if he's, available. I'm not saying we move up or to get him or anything, but left tackle, left guard, and center. That's really intriguing if you're talking about kicking Elton to center. Now you've got depth, at left guard behind Jordan Morgan if they move him there, and if not, then you've got depth behind Rasheed Walker at left tackle. You've got another option there on your O line. So it's kind of like a two birds with one stone scenario with a guy like this. Obviously, you don't anticipate that he's going to just come in and take the league by storm, but if you're talking about a developmental guy or a project kind of player to add some depth to your O line, I think you can do a lot worse than Josh Gray for sure.
Yeah, I agree. All right, good stuff from Deadfish there. Let's go back. He had one more question. I'm not going to put it back on the screen. I'll go ahead and read it. It says, if Tim likes Jayden Higgins, I think he's really going to like Savion Williams from TCU. 6'5", 225 pounds, 4.45 speed. Has also played some running back. Check out his highlight tape. So if you would, Emilio, tell me where we got Savion as it sits right now. And I'm going to pull
up both of them boys from TCU because Jack Beck looks good too. There's two receiver prospects out of TCU, but Savion Williams for sure. I've seen some tape. I'm familiar with the game. Deadfish is spot on. He's on my short list here of receivers for sure.
Looks like he would be our 11th best receiver, and his average would be a 107.5.
Okay. So is that where he would rank 107 on the board right now?
Correct. Yeah.
Overall. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But our 20th best receiver in that ranking.
Got it. So we've got him much lower than PFF's big board has him right now. They've got him in the 49 spot. And then if we go consensus big board, wide receiver wise and overall, they have Savion Williams in the 75 spot. He peaked at 67. So again, our board is going to be changing a lot of talk. But Braden in the house says, now I'm ready to go. Savion talk. There you go. All right.
What's hurting Savion is that 23 grade. He was 219th. That's what's hurting him.
More important in the chat, AFAM says Bob's favorite TV personality is Guy Fieri. And then Boz came back and said AFAM is a poor man's Magnum PI. Love the rivalry in there. Just a little friendly banter, that's all. So that's all the Patreon questions. We hit those. Shout out to everybody in there. Appreciate y'all being a part of that awesome community. If you want to join, scan the QR code in the upper right. That's in your patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access. Going to be giving away an autographed Dorsey Levens jersey, white away jersey from pristineauctions.com. Got the tag of authenticity, all that good stuff. Just a way for us to give back to those who are supporting the channel. Just make sure you're a member of one of the 3 tiers in there, and that'll get you access to all the chats. Really, really cool coming. Love seeing that coming together for sure. There was something else I wanted to hit on. Oh, we had to do a mock draft. We're at 106.
I got a note here, a reminder note. Did we?
Oh man, I remember you guys were talking about that too.
33rd team, Clay. Do you guys
Shrine team article?
Yes, sir.
All right, we can't do both.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure I reminded you.
Hey, boy, Tim. You held up your end of the bargain, Tim.
I did my job.
Yep.
I want to give it time because I want to hit on them a little bit and be able to kind of cross-check where they're ranked, Essentially what you're talking about is the Shrine Game article, right? Like here's 10 prospects.
Yep.
Why don't we do that in the morning, Tim? Are we good with that?
Yeah, that's cool.
Perfect. That way, because, Emilio won't be in here and it'll be less people talking. We'll be able to actually get something done.
We get more done when I'm not here. That's the problem.
Well, I always feel bad when we've got multiple hosts and I'm just reading the entire time and you guys are there like, what the hell?
And then I'm over here just babbling on about Jayden Higgins all day.
No. Let's do this. Let's do a quick mock draft. All right. And then we'll get out of here. And then tomorrow morning we'll hit the 33rd team article. So Tim, if you would remind me in the morning about that article.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Let's get it. Let's go. We won't go full screen. We'll keep it right here. But we're going to go 7-round mock draft. All right, boys. We're going 7 round. We got to go quick. We got 12 minutes to get this in. Are we
Go
ready?
ahead and trade out of the first right away. Let's go.
Ready.
No trades, Tim. We're going to make ourselves make a tough decision. All right. Here we go, boys. Let's hit it. With the 23rd pick, here are the top options. Benjamin Morrison, cornerback out of Notre Dame. Edge defender Jack Sawyer, who I think's a damn dog, to be honest with you. Omarion Hampton, halfback out of North Carolina. Nick Scourton, edge defender out of Texas A&M. And defensive lineman Tyleek Williams. You guys know where I want to look first, and that's defensive line. Let's see who's available here. We got Tyleek Williams out of Ohio State, TJ Sanders out of South Carolina, Walter Nolan, defensive lineman out of Ole Miss, one of my guys, Omar Norman Lott out of Tennessee, Alfred Collins, Tim, Deion Walker sitting there. We can look at any position. We got to go quick. What are we thinking?
Tim, you take round one.
No, don't put this all on me. Don't put it all on me, man.
I trust me. I'll say I don't mind Jack Sawyer at all, and I don't mind Tyleek so far. I haven't dove into Nick yet. I haven't seen that.
Jack Sawyer's a dog. Where's he at on our board? If you were to sort by average, Emilio,
he is our 8th best prospect, just behind James Pierce at edge.
8th overall or edge?
8th overall and 2nd in edge. And he would be 21 as an average.
Lord have mercy. That's tough.
That would be a steal if we could get him there. I mean, that would be a steal.
It feels like a no-brainer. It really does. Even though you guys know I would rather have a 3-tech over edge. This is how PFF sees it. If we just went 3-tech and edge, they're saying Jack Sawyer's the best, and the first 3-tech would be Tyleek Williams, then Walter Nolan.
I'm going Williams or Nolan with this pick.
You would?
Yep.
Over Jack. All right, we got to vote on it then. Tim's going Walter Nolan. Emilio, who would you go with, man?
I'd have to say Jack right now, just being a steal. But we do need a 3-tech, but I'm going to say Jack.
I think I'm with you, Emilio, and I've been talking 3-tech this whole time. It's just the value.
And our board's sitting there, I feel like I got
Sawyer. Pick Sawyer. Let's see if we can get a 3-tech with the next pick.
That's a good point, right? If we do take Sawyer, we might find ourselves.
Might be able to get my boy Deion Walker.
That's see Tim now. He's piecing it together. All right, we got to go quick. We're going Jack Sawyer with the first pick here, boys. All right, next with the 55th pick, let's throw in the needs here, okay? Let's go wide receiver. Let's go. We'll include the entire offensive line. All right, we'll throw corner because we all believe that's a need, right? And we'll go 3-tech. We won't go edge this time since we took one, okay? And then we'll go linebackers. So look who's first on the board.
Oh, it's done. Take my boy.
Okay, Tim.
The hell with the 3-tech. Let's go.
You can pick Tim. You can pick this one. Okay.
Jayden Higgins, you are a Green Bay Packer.
For the people on the pod, Jayden Higgins is the best available of those positions of need that we picked, right? It's Jayden Higgins, then wide receiver Jack Beck, tackle Cameron Williams, tackle Ozzie Trapillo, however you say it, linebacker Chris Paul Jr., defensive lineman Alfred Collins. Like you notice the 3-tech got thin.
Ooh.
Here is our boy Deion Walker. Tim, he's not going to be there when we pick again, right? But boy,
sure?
Jayden Higgins. Well, let me just put this. They're saying Deion Walker, his average draft position is 71st. Okay, so our next pick is going to be 87th, right? This is what we're talking about. Like if we'd have traded out of the 23rd pick, we're probably getting multiple people we really like as opposed to. But Jack Sawyer's a dog, right?
Yeah. So is Jayden Higgins.
Jake Shavik, this is what he always does this time of year, and I can't stand this bastard for it. He knows it. He said, Jayden Higgins going to Pittsburgh at 53, it's going to hurt. He's probably right, too. Is this it, Tim? We're going Jayden Higgins, ain't we, bud?
Hey, Emilio gave me the green light.
That's all that matters.
I'm taking Higgins here.
He tore the wall down for 5 minutes, said, hop over that thing, we'll build it right back up.
Green light, Tim.
Let's go.
Jayden Higgins. All right. Pick 87. We'll exclude wide receiver this time, obviously. We'll throw in offensive tackle. We'll throw interior offensive line, cornerback, and we've got to throw the 3-tech back in along with linebacker. All right. Here are the best available. As a Ray Thomas, cornerback out of Florida State, probably butchered that. That's okay. Derek Harmon, defensive lineman out of Oregon, D-tech, right? So you got a 3-tech there. Tate Ratledge, guard out of Georgia, tackle Donovan Jackson out of Ohio State, Mello Dotson, cornerback out of Kansas, center Jared Wilson out of Georgia, defensive lineman J.J. Peegs, tackle Brandon Crenshaw Dixon, Linebacker Barrett Carr. We're getting kind of low here now, right? Jack Kaiser.
It has to be Harmon. That dude is 50th on our board average, and he's like the fifth D line.
Yep.
And we're picking 87th here, and PFF has him at 75. There's literally nothing that says don't take Derek Harmon, right?
Right.
So let's do it. Let's go Derek Harmon 3-tech. So we got our 3-tech with the 87th pick. Pick 123. Let's put the new needs back in. We're going to leave wide receiver off. This kind of feels like we're almost forced to go offensive lineman here or corner. Let's also throw in linebacker. All right, so here are the best available. Jared Wilson, center out of Georgia, guard. Connor Colby out of Iowa. Luke Kendra, guard out of Cincinnati. Tyler Cooper, guard out of Minnesota. Linebacker Cody Simon out of Ohio State. I remember him. We liked him a lot. 80, 77, 87. Keep him in mind if it might be a little early to pull the trigger on a linebacker. Cody Lindenberg, linebacker out of Minnesota. Cornerback Denzel Burke out of Ohio State. Emilio, any of these grab your attention from our board, man? Like,
see, Jared Wilson.
Got a lot of choices.
Connor Colby and Luke Kendra are versatile. They're not just strictly guards. Food for thought.
Got it.
Can you click on Jared Wilson real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. Jared Wilson, 64, 70, and 79. Played center this year, played center last year, and then didn't play a whole lot. Didn't play a whole lot the last 2 years, other than 2024, he played 810 snaps at center.
Gotcha. Okay.
Everything looks good other than the gap grade, to be honest with you. Looks pretty solid. I wouldn't be like crazy opposed to that. You've seen
Tyler Cooper from Minnesota. He's available. He's actually higher than our boy Wilson there, and our boy Colby as well on our board. Tyler Cooper would be 120. Wilson would be 143, and Colby would be 155.
Interesting. All right, and he's got some versatility. He played left guard. He's played right guard. He played right tackle 5 snaps, not a whole lot, but he just had to kick over there for a touch. Played left tackle 3 snaps. I mean, he's mostly a swing guard right now. Think about where are we at offensively with our offensive line.
Where did we have a problem this year in the last game?
Bingo. As soon as we realized Travis Glover can't play football.
Okay, that's not fair. He was going again.
I'm joking.
That's not fair.
I'm joking.
I know.
This kind of makes sense, doesn't it, Tyler?
And look at how consistent he is. I mean, dude's 70 plus for 3 years in a row. That's not easy to do in college.
Definitely. And when you think about it, AFAM says, leave Travis alone.
Thank you, AFAM.
Yeah, this I would be on board with this. Listen, we could dig for 30 minutes and probably find a better prospect. That makes sense. But on the surface, I think this might be a good pick here. Let's do it. Let's get us a little depth at interior offensive line. I think it's pretty much set now. If we approach this way, we don't sign Dowman in free agency.
Oh, I didn't see Kendra's there. I'm sorry to do this, Clay. Kendra, our boy Kendra on our board, 70, 76.
Thank you.
So he's higher?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He is much. He's like half. Yeah.
All right. He's a right guard predominantly, so he doesn't have as much versatility, but
that's true.
He's going to have to play. Here's the thing, too, though.
Sean Ryan,
he's going to learn today. Sean Ryan and Jordan Morgan can both play left guard, right? So it might be one of those things that if he has to come in, you're moving 2 pieces. So where's he at on our board in comparison to the Tyler Cooper here?
So Kendra is 76.6. Cooper is actually 120.5.
This is we're going Kendra. Let's do Kendra here, right? Yep. And Cody Simon probably going to have a pretty decent grade. He's average pick is 147th. Kendra is going 119, so this makes sense. We're going Kendra, right?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. So we got our interior offensive line we've been talking about needing for some depth, right? Look who's still there, Jared Wilson. So glad we get to take him, right? All right, let's go needs again. What do you guys think the needs would be? Corner. Oh, my God. Yeah, we've neglected corner, haven't we?
Oh, just like we always do.
Corner and safety, yeah.
Let's go corner and linebacker. Is that cool with you guys? Because we're going to have probably 2 holes on the roster, the active roster there for linebacker. Jay Higgins, our boy. This is like my favorite linebacker. 60.
He is our best. Yeah, he's our best linebacker. 80.5.
Well, that's an easy pick. Pick him. Best available, right?
And the rest of these are, at the top is linebackers, right?
Yep.
So what have we neglected? We've neglected corner, haven't we?
Hard. Yeah.
Yeah, but we might we might not be necessarily going to the draft for a corner, right?
Where's this cat at right here, Emilio? I'm too stupid
Which
to say
one?
his name. Big
Davidson, Igbenbusson. Let's see. He is. Hold on.
Take your time there. I'll find a couple other corners. So I just want to make sure we're not overlooking a couple studs just because PFF disagrees, you know?
Let's see. Yeah, because the only other one I have, he was a corner, right? Yeah,
Yes.
He is 700 or 278 on our board.
Mm-hmm. He went back to school, Jake Shavink said.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Get him off the board. Get him the hell out of here.
Okay, deleted he is.
Get that guy out of here.
What if
Jake Shavink pop back up and says, I was just kidding.
Yeah. He already deleted him, so I hope
right.
he wasn't.
What about Cypress Hill here from Florida State? All right.
Cypress, he is 231.
Okay. Nothing right home about at the moment, right?
No, I honestly think it's Jay Higgins or nobody because he is 80th. That's our best. He is our number one linebacker on the board and available.
Kobe
Bryant coming up, right? I remember us talking about him a lot, 70, 77, and 80. That might be our next pick because his average draft position, according to PFF, is 213, and we got pick 199 coming up.
Yeah, and Kobe's sitting at 141.5 on ours.
We got to take that dog from Iowa.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're doing it. Jay Higgins, linebacker from Iowa. I'm liking this draft, boys. It just sucks about corner, right? But Jared Wilson is still there. What is going on there? That's weird. All right, let's go down. Is our boy still there? Cornerback. There's Cypress. He's gone, ain't he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, crap.
So now we need to go to corners.
Yeah, let's double check here. Yep. So Kobe's still there. Never mind. So we got to take a corner here, right? We got to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So let's go through it. Do we like Kobe over Cypress? I think we do, right?
Yes.
Well, what are we looking at? Boundary, or are we looking at a guy who can play the slot too?
I think it's just overall corner at this point because we kind of screwed the pooch, right? He played 42 slots at corner, 60 in the box, so he can play a little bit closer to the line there. It's not. He's predominantly a wide corner, though he is.
Yeah, Kobe's much better on our board than him. He's like 100 points better.
All right, what about McWilliams? Kobe's probably better than him, too, I would imagine.
Yeah, Kobe and Fentrell's better than Mac.
Okay, so Kobe's the best corner available here out of this group, right?
That is correct, yep.
Does anybody disagree with this pick? He's projected to go 213. If we're going to get him, we got to do it now because our next pick's 251.
Take him.
Let's do it.
Yeah, the only one that would be close would be Jabbar Muhammad. He would be the only one that I would push back on. They're close. Jabbar's 157 and Kobe's 140.
Yeah, and he won't be available either. So yeah,
right.
Let's do Kobe. Let's go Kobe. As AFAM says in the chat, Kobe. Let's do it. All right. Kobe Bryant.
Just happy a guy from Kansas is going to be on the Packers finally.
Yeah, there you go. All right. What should we list as needs here? Should we do anything specifically or just kind of scroll through here for the 251st pick?
This is our last pick, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So you got Elijah Arroyo, tight end out of Miami. Yeah, not a big fan of the grades, that's for sure. Jared Wilson is still there. Jake Shavink, is there
double dip on O-line or D-line with the last pick?
Jake, is there a reason why Jared Wilson will be falling like this? For him to be projected so much higher, is it just we hit one of those drafts where it just kind of – he's ranked 103rd. Why would he still be there? Is this just the randomness of the – sometimes – because you can control that random meter. We didn't adjust it. I wonder if this might be one of those random just wild cards they threw in. But that's interesting that he's still there. Any of these guys grab your attention, Emilio, at all as we're scrolling down? Anybody at all? Same for you, Tim. Anybody here? There's Joshua Gray we talked about.
Gray. Yeah.
That's interesting, isn't it?
That is interesting. I actually wouldn't be opposed to that at all.
We could use some more depth there. That's for sure. So right now we'll say Joshua Gray. Let's just see.
Marcus Weir.
Yeah, we talked about him too, didn't we, Tim?
Yep.
That's out of Montana State. That's one of those that's like small school, but damn if he didn't dominate, right?
Yep.
And he started at right tackle and worked in.
Jake says Marcus Weir. Jake said it could the reason that the center from Georgia fell, it could be because of positional value, sliders, and also randomness. So probably all right.
I think we all agree though, O-line, right?
Yeah.
So,
Marcus Weir just kind of feels like that's a Packer pick there. I don't know, man.
I say Weir or Gray.
Okay.
Yeah, I like Weir.
All right. So Weir is higher on our board than Gray. Is that right, Emilio?
I believe so.
Is he higher than Wilson though?
Wilson, Jared Wilson.
Jared Wilson.
Yeah, that's what we're coming down to is these three picks right here: Jared Wilson, Joshua Gray, or Marcus Weir. Of course,
Jared Wilson is 143. Joshua Gray is 157, and Weir. How am I spelling Weir?
Wehr.
He is 140. So he's actually above Jared Wilson by 2 points.
We're doing it. We're pulling the trigger.
So Jake's right. Let's do it. Take Marcus Weir.
All right. Bang. There it is, boys. Let's see how we did. They're going to roast us. You know, they always do.
Boom. Roasted.
EFF
gave us B+. We'll take it.
That's better than I did in school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so we got with the 23rd pick, edge defender Jack Sawyer. With the 55th pick, Tim, over the moon, go get your jersey. Jayden Higgins out of Iowa State. Got an A- for that one. Derek Harmon, defensive tackle out of Oregon. We get a 3-tech to compete there with Devontae Wyatt and the boys. Guard Luke Kandra out of Cincinnati with 123. Jay Higgins, linebacker out of Iowa at 160 to compete with Tyron Hopper for that 4-3 backer spot. Kobe Bryant, cornerback out of Kansas.
Kobe.
199. And then Marcus Weir, again, small school, but he dominated. Obviously, pick 251 there, another interior offensive line. I like it, boys. I like that draft. So when we do this, obviously, if Jack Sawyer falls, that's going to be highly unlikely, I believe, personally. But if he does, I would take him for sure. Jake Shavink says, hopefully Green Bay gets a good look at Weir during the Shrine Bowl festivities. So another name to look for there Thursday night, right? We'll dive into that article tomorrow. I promise, Tim. So
I'll put it on the board. East West Shrine.
I'm gonna go ahead and save this as an image, and we'll recap this tomorrow too, whether it's the morning show or maybe later, just to kind of talk about how that fell into place. If I can find the screenshots now, I've done something to my PC where Emilio could push one button and go, Clayton, it's right here, dude. That's all it is. Calm down. But I'm just telling you right now, the screenshots are all of a sudden gone.
Boy.
Yeah. Remind me, Tim, to find that tomorrow. Actually found it now. Cool. I'm going to load that in the database. That way we got it for tomorrow morning. And, of course, because I had the Amelia Photoshop here, we don't have room for it. We got to prioritize here. You know what I'm saying?
You can get rid of it.
No, I'm hanging on to that one. You kidding me? That one's going right there with this one right here. You know what I'm saying? We ain't getting rid of either of those. That's the way that works. So what do you guys think about that mock draft we just did? Seriously.
I liked it a lot.
I'd like to possibly revisit this a month from now and see how we feel, because right now I feel like we knocked that out of the park, to be honest with you. Not bad for an early draft.
It's crazy just where we were last year, and it felt like we were just picking smorgasbord because we had, 11, 12 picks. I mean, then we traded around, got extra ones. It was like playing Madden. But, this year you just got to stick and pick unless you can. I mean, if we didn't find that deal, if Jack wasn't there, I mean, I know we're not trading, but that's honestly the look, I think, as we kind of go through this. But there's just not a bunch of top end. I mean, like they always say, I think it's Lombardi or, they're always saying there's probably 10 to 15 blue chip talents max, per year, and then you're just kind of going on, feel and tape and everything else. So.
And those are the people that I've studied, like the Bill Walshes, the Michael Lombardis, the Bill Belichick. So my mindset is like, if you're not getting one of the top tier guys, then give yourself multiple swings at the next couple tiers. You know what I mean? That's why I'm always team trade back, because you're forcing yourself to take someone like LVN who might have a ton of potential. As we said 1,000 times, he's a ball of clay. I'm sick of balls of clay. You know what I mean? Like, let's get multiple swings at really good football players and let that, as Macho Man said, cream rise to the top, right? That's where you're going to find your Edgerrin Coopers in the second round and your Jayden Reeds in the second round, your Tucker Crafts in the third. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's the safe way to go, but we know Goody is not going to do that, right? So, again, Jack Sawyer, Jayden Higgins, Derek Harmon, Luke Kandra, Jay Higgins, Kobe Bryant, and Marcus Weir. What did we not feel here? And we'll wrap up. What position did we not feel good
Probably
about?
what J. Cole's saying. He said, if this is a real draft, I just hope we address cornerback in free agency and Josh stayed with the team.
Bingo. That's the reason I asked the question.
Yeah.
So with this particular draft here, we need to go out and get a cornerback in free agency or Josh stays.
Yep.
Right.
And the reason we didn't double dip at corner probably is because, holy crap, Derek Harmon was on the board at 87.
Bingo.
And then we got, I think Marcus Weir at 251 was a great pick too, to close it out. So,
right.
We got 7 picks here. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And honestly, if Jack Sawyer hadn't fell, we might be going corner's the best available. Let's take corner now. Right.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. All right, cool, man. That was fun. So we got a couple questions answered there. Appreciate everybody helping in the chat. This was a lot of fun, man. This was a fun episode. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Sorry we went over, but we'll go ahead and wrap it up there. If you would hit the like button for us, feel free to sub to the channel. Appreciate you being a part of the show tonight. What are you pointing at, Emilio?
I was just saying the sub is right over there.
Oh, man. All right. I'm not looking at the same screen. So awesome. Appreciate it, man. All right, boys, thank y'all. Tim, we'll be back in the morning. Good morning, Lambeau. We'll dive into a little recap of that. We'll hit that article, get everybody ready for the East-West Shrine game coming up next week. Everybody have a great day. Again, thank you for the thoughts and prayers, for the doctor's visit. You guys are awesome, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.
And we go. We out. Bye, guys.